we know what you're looking for.
Your specially grilled newspaper, spiced with lifestyle, sport, entertainment, politics, business, and international news. The Voice is available every Friday. Subscribe now. The Voice.
Good afternoon and welcome to The Voice. Today, this is episode 4. And as I mentioned in our previous episodes, we are live. Go Consumer for We've partnered with Fairground Holdings to bring you coverage of the largest networking event in Botswana, the Botswana Consumer Fair. In that regard, we've brought a special gentleman to the studio, who is going to give us insight into this special partnership. Kene, the managing director of The Voice newspaper, Marc Kasale. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Lungo.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
you
you
for
so
leaving
much.
the office for a few minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, first of all, let me congratulate you for the podcast. Wow.
Now,
4 episodes.
exciting.
That's good.
Yes,
That's good. Yes.
All right, so let's get into it. You are here because you're going to tell us more about the partnership as well as where The Voice comes from.
Yes.
So I'd like us to start with Hone, the journey.
Yes.
Take us back in time to how The Voice came to be.
Okay.
Erra.
Thank you so much, Lungo, and thank you for having me here. Also, let me thank our viewers out there for taking time to watch us, because this is something special for us. If you look at our stall here, it's like a present. So this present it has a 30 where you enter on the 0. So when you enter into this present, this is where we are going to unveil The Voice journey. Lungo, 30 years back, 1993, The Voice was born. It's been 30 years now. I want to quote one of my favorite writers or authors, per se. He said, throughout the centuries, there were men and women who took first steps down new roads armed with nothing but their own vision. Perhaps this was a journey with The Voice newspaper when our late founders established it back in 1993. So yeah, you can see where we are going. 30 years then, 30 years now, when we're still kicking it. And because of our late founders, that's why we are here.
I love that. Please share with me later.
Definitely.
Because it talks about those men and women who come together
Yes.
with only a vision.
Yes.
And look at what that vision has turned to
100%,
today. Era. So now I want to know about, because I joined The Voice nearly 30 years.
Yes.
But let's go back in time to that very first publication.
Yes.
Era.
Our very first publication was published on the 12th of February, 1993. That's when it hits the streets of Francistown. And, at the time, the front page was headlined, Dumelang. Yes, it is time for a new newspaper. This is when we had our first publication. I mean, to be quite honest with you, despite the challenges that we face in the media fraternity, obviously the current economic pressures as well as the digital migration, it's encouraging for us to be where we are and to still see us surviving amidst the pressures and everything. So it's quite commendable that we're still kicking it, Yes.
And I'd also like to ask you, because some of us going to school, we dreamed of working with The Voice because we knew it was Botswana's bestseller.
Yes.
And I'd like you to take us through what was it? What was the secret recipe it was added into the mix to ensure that The Voice becomes the most outstanding paper?
The Voice is the only publication that is audited by Audit Bureau Circulation of South Africa. When it hits its 10th year anniversary, The Voice became the largest selling newspaper in Botswana with a copy sale of 30,000 copies. This is back in 2003. We've been audited by Audit Bureau Circulation of South Africa ever since 2005, and the ABC data shows that we've been this best-selling newspaper, been the highest-selling newspaper in Botswana for those years, even up to now. So ABC data also plays a pivotal role, especially on media buying and media planning. So you can see why we're still audited and why we're still the best-selling newspaper. Yes.
All right. We are speaking of the print side. We're talking about it being the best-selling newspaper. And earlier on, you mentioned the paradigm shift into the digital space.
Yes.
And we're still seeing this publication dominating even the online spaces.
Yes.
And I'd like to understand again, what is the Voice doing that's so different from everyone else?
You know what? Our visionaries, they helped us get through that. I mean, if you look at our website, we started our website back in 2005. This is around the time when most publications were not even going through that journey. So we are trendsetters like that. Obviously, we took advantage of the fact that our popularity and the fact that we were benchmarking with publications from overseas. It helped us also to develop the digital spectrum around that time. And it took time to build it to become what it is today. And obviously with the way things are done in terms of information dissemination and where people are accessing news through digital spectrum, we've right-sized our team because the newsroom dynamics have changed. So we've come that far and we're still going through it now, but we are adjusting and adapting to the new ways of information dissemination. And this has also helped us to obviously get our readers to access our news on the website, on the digital spectrum, as well as our readers as well to access news there, yeah.
Yeah, we've partnered with Fairgrounds Holdings. We're going to be giving coverage to the consumer fair.
Yes.
Now, what I want to ask in relation to that online presence, I mean, we have 1.2 million on Facebook,
yes,
130K on Twitter,
yes,
101K on Instagram.
Yeah.
If I'm a business and I've set up a store on a consumer fair, how can those numbers work in my favor?
Before we actually go to these numbers, I want to take you through the Botswana Communication Regulatory Authority, BOCRA, numbers. Before anything else, business is based on data in terms of making decisions. If you look at BOCRA's 2022 annual report, especially on mobile teledensity, especially on mobile broadband and internet use, you will see for the past 5 years, up to 2022, there has been a huge increase in terms of mobile teledensity, in terms of internet penetration, in terms of mobile broadband. So when we decided to go all out, especially on a digital platform, we were based on how these numbers affected the way things are happening now. If you talk about the mobile teledensity, everybody has smartphones. And news can be accessed through these smartphones. If you talk about internet penetration, every area in Botswana, you can't tell me you don't have internet. There is internet there. If you talk about mobile broadband, this is your MyZaka, your Smega, your Orange Money. A lot of people are subscribing to that. So you can see, based on those, we had to look at ways to leverage on those numbers as a business because it meant that now there's a paradigm shift. You get where I'm coming from. I just want to take you through that so you are able to understand the business dynamics from that perspective. This is just in Botswana. The world has gone digital, and Botswana is following suit. And as a publication, we need to go with where the market is leading us. So you look at our Facebook numbers, the reason why they've gone up is because of what I've just given to you, the BOCRA stats, right? And as a business, we had to look for opportunities within these current stats so we can be able to grow and stay afloat. Facebook, we have 1.2 million followers, like you've rightfully said. And the 1.2 million followers, Facebook is not paying us. That one, I want to make it clear. Facebook doesn't pay for the content that we publish on it. Botswana is not amongst the countries listed to be paid, especially publishers, to publish content on the platform. But as the Voice newspaper, we're taking advantage of what Facebook is giving in terms of followership. So which means, as a news agency, how do we leverage from the numbers? We redirect the traffic from Facebook into the website. But for you to be able to access our content in the website, you need to subscribe because there's a registration barrier. You cannot just go direct and then you read content. No, you subscribe. So, and because of that, we have what you call freemium content. We get our readers to read content for free on our website. But this is only 80%. 80% of the content that's on our website is for free. You get it? And then 20% is premium content. Exclusive stuff, Lou. Exclusive stuff. And the reason why it's exclusive is because we employ resources to make it exclusive and get people to want to read it because they need to read it. So they have to pay a little bit of something so that we can recover our costs. Because journalism is a cost. You understand? And our core business is news. And for us to get the news and work on that news, it comes with a cost. That's why we need people to pay a little bit of something, especially on the premium side of things. But we will continue to give the freemium content. It's not like all, I want this to be known clearly. Yeah? It's not like all the content on the website will be charged. 80% free, 20% premium, all right? And when I say premium, the reason why I was bringing up the mobile broadband is because now we've integrated a payment gateway that will allow our readers to be able to subscribe and pay through that, like your online stuff, you know what I'm trying to say. So I just wanted to take you through that. And this does not only apply to our readers, it also applies to our advertisers. This is an opportunity for them with our numbers that we've managed to garner over the years. We are able to get them to take advantage of those numbers and maximize on them to be able to reach their customers or their target audience. So basically, that's just about it, especially from a stats perspective. These numbers are here for a reason because at the same time, when you advertise, this is for our advertisers. When you advertise because you want a basket-to-basket return on investment. You are looking for reach. You are looking for exposure, So we guarantee you that. I mean, look at the 1.2 million on Facebook. Look at the 100K on, what is this? On Twitter, 7.2, and then 10,000 weekly subscribers on our website. So, the paradigm shift, it came as a blessing to those who have long prepared for it, to those who decided to adjust and adapt to the new ways of doing things. You know what I'm trying to say? And print has allowed that to happen. Yes.
So you are saying that the digital paradigm shift was a blessing in disguise,
yes.
And we're speaking to our readers and advertisers and speaking to them about that digital migration.
Yeah.
When they can come on board onto the digital platforms. Now, I want to pose a question to you, Mr. K. Do you think print is still relevant? Is print dying like people are suggesting?
Lungo, print dying. That's why we are still here. News is here to stay.
Yeah.
Yes, our core business is news. People still prefer to flip the pages. The reason why we are still in business is because we're still printing. And we still have people who buy to flip through the pages and read our exclusive, crispy content, that feel-good content for that matter, that we publish on a weekly. And if you look at the way we've actually packaged our publications, we've made it in such a way that relevance is key. This is why I'm saying that. When I say relevance is key, I meant it in this way. The same publication you buy every week, it has so many regions of all the four corners of the country in it. We have what you call Chobe Chronicles, a feature called Chobe Chronicles. This is content specifically for Chobe and surrounding areas. We have Okavango Voice, it's also a feature. This is content around Maung and surrounding areas. We have Ghetto Diaries, content within Francistown and surrounding areas, obviously. So every area in this country is featured in that one publication. We offer a one-stop read. Not only do we cover content that is relevant in your areas, we also have packaged it, sectionalized it in a way that you can read it with so much comfort and enjoy the content that we publish. I mean, we've got if you look at this point, we rigorously cover human interest stories. That's what sets us apart, okay? But we also have politics, we have lifestyle, we have business, we have sports, we have entertainment. So hence the one-stop read that I keep saying. So are you still going to ask me if print is
I just need
relevant
to
or
be
not?
sure if I'm still safe, if my job is still safe. So I'll be around for another 30 years.
Yeah. I think there's this perception that, because there's the digital migration and the world is going digital. But we should not forget where we come from. Print is what brought the other, platforms. And because of that, it's our parent company, and it will always be there as long as we continue to make it relevant. And just to tap into one thing, if you look at our neighboring country, South Africa, during COVID, you remember there was lockdowns and there was limited movement. At that time, we did not print. But fortunately for us, we had launched the e-paper, the Voice e-paper in January 2020. So this is before we had the lockdowns. So the e-paper was launched. This is a replica of the same publication you buy. So when the Voice comes out on Thursday, we have the same e-paper, same version, a replica of it on our online platform, on our website, www.thevoicebw.com. There's an e-paper section. You can get the same version if you prefer not to flip, like I was saying other people are. Some will prefer to look at it through the mobile or desktops. So you can get it there. And if you look at it from this perspective, at that time when COVID hit, that was a reset. People now started consuming news via their phones or whatever. But after that, a lot of media houses now started to re-strategize to see how they can now fit in the digital part of aspect of it. But the Daily Maverick, was an online publication. It was established as an online publication in South Africa. It was established as an online publication. And then after COVID, post-COVID, we are all looking into restructuring, finding other ways, obviously, to adapt to the new ways. And then the Daily Maverick is now transitioned to print. So now you see there's hope.
Okay, all right, wow. It's interesting to also see how the Voice is always a few steps ahead of others.
Yeah.
Talk about being proactive.
True.
All right. So now, as I mentioned earlier, we are at Consumer Fair.
Yes.
Let's speak to the motivation behind the Voice partnering with Fairgrounds Holdings for this fair.
Thank you for that question. The Voice, first of all, is 30 years. And like I had mentioned, despite the economic pressures that we are facing, okay, despite the paradigm shift that we are experiencing and we are adapting to, we are 30 years. So we decided to partner with Fairground Holdings because, hey, this is the largest networking event. Let's start there. You want to take your business to the people. You want people to understand who you are. You want them to get a feel of who you are. You want them to, like you better, if I may put it. I gotta give you, listen, this is the place. So we decided to partner with Fairground Holdings so we can unpack, the Voice journey to Botswana and everybody who visits. And also tell our untold stories. We want people, Botswana, to come here and see us for who we are. We want to take them through this journey. We want to see what we do. If you come into our stall, it has everything about us. Not just, not just as the publication that they see on a weekly which they purchase. There is more. Believe me. Trust me when I say that. There is more.
Right. So another question I have for you is, we're almost about to end.
No problem.
What's next for The Voice?
You know what? One thing you need to know is, and everybody that they need to know is, the future is brighter. The voice is adjusting and adapting to the new ways. The voice is doing what I didn't imagine at some point it will do. The voice is breaking barriers, especially when it comes to information dissemination. Our core business is news. The news that provides platforms for advertisers to come through. So, I mean, what are we doing now? You've just launched the Voice Today podcast. you get what I'm trying to say? So we are moving towards the direction that allows us to be where we are, because in business that's how it's supposed to be. We give our clients, our readers, what they need, and in the most accessible way possible, and we strive for that. So I will say, with where we are, the future is brighter. Not bright, brighter.
Do you have any final words either for us as the team, or Botswana at home, or your advertisers?
Like I had mentioned, first things first, I would like to thank our co-founders for paving this way for us, for leading this path for us, so we are able to move in it smoothly. They laid the foundation for us. We are here because of them. I mean, I'm talking about our late founder, Donald Moore, as well as our mother, Beata Kasale. They made this happen for us. They made it possible for us. We are here with everything we are saying because of them. They did the things, if I may put it in your language. They done did the things. And, I'll also want to, give my sincere gratitude to our advertisers. Our advertisers have been with us through thick and thin. They've supported the journey, and they continue to support the journey because they see the need to. They look at what works for them, and they've seen it work for them with us. And I'd like to thank them for their continued support. I want to but most importantly, I'd also like to thank our readers. Our readers kept us going over the years. Why when we moved to different trends, it's because of our readers, response. Because they want the news, they love the voice. I mean, talk of page 3, talk of Shire, so they've always been there, they've always supported, us throughout, and we are the voice because of them. The brand, the voice, is not made by anyone but them because of that support. And finally, Lungo, you, the team.
The A-team, yes.
A-team. I mean, look at you, look at me, look at everybody here. We are here because of us. I'd like to thank, the voice team for always being there, for making the things that, our readers expect, our advertisers expect, for giving the voiceless the voice. Because that's what we do. We give the voiceless the voice. For, reporting the trials and tribulations of Botswana, for telling our story to the world, for always being there through thick and thin, keeping this company going and making it happen week in, day in, month in, year in, whatever, but all the way. So I'd like to thank the Voice team and the Voice family for always being there, standing behind the brand. Rebagak.
I gotta go to pop any champagne.
I'm kidding.
Mr. K, thank you so much.
Thank you. you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
That
you.
was such a fun and insightful conversation as well.
Thank
you for reminding us where we come from.
Thank you so much.
For placing in our hearts the fact that it was the vision of two people
Yes.
as the reason why we're all here today. It was so inspirational.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
All right. No, thank you. Anytime, call me. I think I enjoy working here.
Thank you. Back to the office now.
All right, cheers.
Thank you, Botswana. That was our MD Marc Kasale, who was just giving us the journey at The Voice. Where do we come from as well as where we are going? And like he said, the future of The Voice is brighter. It's not just bright, it is brighter. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to visit our store, Super Hall. Come and mingle with us. Come and learn more about The Voice journey, what services we have to offer, etc. And thank you so much for tuning into The Voice today. Thank you for your support. Keep staying tuned and see you tomorrow for episode number 5. Thank you.
We know what you're looking for.
Your specially grilled newspaper, spiced with lifestyle, sport, entertainment, politics, business, and international news. The Voice is available every Friday. Subscribe now. The Voice.